Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CCS Championships. It's been a wild night. Northeastern beat Grand Canyon in 6 after shutting down a reverse sweep attempt, and North Carolina number 8 nearly just stunned number 1 Akron. Now I'm back with Hell Monkey Man. We go back down to the South Regional. A&M takes on Winthrop in a 2-7 match.
Just on the border between the Carolinas, the Eagles. I've been over to their campus. Very pretty, very nice. Got to see some Valorant, but this is some good old car ball action. A&M, though, I feel like is the hot ticket. The Aggies trying to show that little stumble against the Volunteers in that conference championship does not matter. They were immaculate. They were flawless up until that point. So this is a big point for them to be able to turn things around.
Absolutely. We'll see how long this tournament run can go. For Texas A&M, they've had a couple of deep runs in the past. Hell Monkey, we'll see how long they last here this summer.
I'm a big NECC guy. I get to be able to cast that throughout the fall and the spring. And so when I saw them this last time around, they went to the grand finals of the Division III Nationals. They fell against Cleveland State 4-1. This time around, they want to be able to make the long trek. Let's go to game number 1, best of 7. It's the South, baby. Let's get into it.
The South Regional going to kick off here. A&M or Winthrop, the winner, will play Purdue or Connecticut next Friday in the winners round of 16 here. Hail Monkey Man again. This tournament single elimination, so it's not winners round. It's just round 2. You know, it's winner go home, and a tournament like this.
It's a deep bracket. You got the round of 32. You're going to go to the Sweet 16 and see if you can continue to start running it down. And one big thing, too, is that you have Boilermakers ready to try and prove a lot of people that they're considerable going throughout this bracket as well. But you have the early press. A&M Aggies trying to really just drown this one out. I love the extra attempt, but this one will go yard and try for the clear.
A&M again last season, the Sweet 16 appearance dropped Northern Arizona, who played Missouri quite close in our regional final last season. But again, a new tournament here, Hell Monkey Man and A&M in a round of 32, just trying to find. They've got a really good seed this season, so we'll see how long the Aggie run can go.
This is a nice just threesome that's also been together for a hot minute this entire last academic year when they were competing in ACC. So they've definitely got that extra repetition and experience to continue to elevate as well as delineate some of this extra pressure. You saw that one touch, Phantom trying to aim for some control. Fly Cool wanted to get on top, but A&M has really made life difficult here for the Eagles.
A&M's fourth trip to the CCS championships. Their third trip as a roster. They had a fourth back last year in the spring. A different roster that competed. But now, since this roster's third trip to the tournament, and this is the first trip for Winthrop. So we'll see how they do in their debut.
I love seeing Winthrop and the growth that they've had with their program. Obviously, they come from a lot of stellar FPS play, especially if you look over onto the Valorant side of things with some Rocket League. It takes some extra attempts. This one has been a ton, as right now it's 4-1 on the spread in terms of total shots, offensive output by Texas A&M. But still, the one that matters the most is the zeros that are on the board. And that's through the first couple of minutes right now, Nation. Even with all this coming at them, the Eagles have been able to send it away.
Absolutely, they have. And again, I follow Valorant not too much, but I do know a little bit. I know Winthrop is in the Challengers series for Valorant. I believe still in Challengers, but it's been, I think they're the first collegiate program to qualify for Challengers?
Yes, yeah. So they are doing crazy things with the entirety of the Winthrop program. Like they know that they can continue to just level up. They have been upgrading not just by players but also by program overall. But you're still seeing A&M keeping them locked in. These birds are getting put into the cage. Gig them if you got them, because they look like they're prone to score and they're primed to do it. But this one finally retreats into the blue half.
Through 17 to go. Here in game number 1, a 2-minute warning here approaching us, Hail Monkey Man. And again, I think this series really, again, Winthrop is a very talented roster, but they are playing one of the best teams in the SEC, A&M, who, again, perfect regular season record, did drop in the semifinal to Tennessee, and without it, I think they were down a player in that game, but again, still a very talented roster, very regarded high regard season. But again, this tournament, it's unforgiving. As you know, we almost just watched Akron fall in the first round, so anything can happen.
Ooh, Phantom trying to make something happen with a quick flip reset, but there's not a lot of boosts. Burger was left with nothing and eventually fills the tank, and Kent has to leave this one behind. I've seen Sean K in a couple of community leagues, and he's actually quite the grinder, so good to see him continuing his at least push forward. But still, we're at sub 90 seconds. A&M, they've played with their food. The Eagles are kind of limping right now at the finish line, and Texas A&M needs to start looking for these final gashes to maybe put Winthrop in the hole, but Winthrop is surviving for the moment.
That they are, and one's across the clock here in A&M. Again, it feels like they're due for a goal. I mean, their offense has built a lot of pressure in this Winthrop territory. And again, Winthrop from Rock Hill, South Carolina. A&M in College Station, Texas, 57 seconds, though, and we are still tied at 0.
Quick geography lesson for everyone out there, because you got to be able to get from one side to the other to just be able to visit these two separate universities. Winthrop, they're looking pretty, they're looking fine, but they're barely living with that little amount of gas in the tank. Fly Cool trying to take this one across the stripes. This is an awkward moment. Ken's the last one that's able to get up. You're able to at least get one touch, but his teammate doesn't have it. Yes, he does somehow. But Fly Cool, second efforts, and that eventually will break the dam.
And apparently Sugar gonna get us started here in game number 1. A&M on the board with 26 to go now. Winthrop gonna need a miracle late here.
That was a long stint in orange grasses. We have 2 shots accounted for the Eagles. Count them up, 8 for the Aggies. So with 20 seconds to go, it would be a dead sprint to try and steal this one away and force us into an OT late term of game number 1. Berger's hoping that his buddy will go up for it. He was hoping to get some boost, so kind of a lackluster possession. Phantom on the recourse to try and get this one to recoil. It will go into dangerous waters for A&M. Sugar will fill the gap between. Kent's going to try and bring this one from the corner. Can he get underneath it? No, not enough. A&M, they'll take this one, but not by storm. Just 1-0.
And a low-scoring affair between A&M and Winthrop, but again, the shot category, a big difference, 8-2. Outshot by 4 times, and A&M lead us after 5 minutes.
Good old Sugar Shake out there with apparently Sugar getting the only goal that mattered. But again, this is Texas A&M. It felt like they were really priming themselves for seeing if Winthrop would make a mistake. Winthrop played a pretty stellar defense. Let's give them some kudos right there. But the problem is that they couldn't break out. The couple of times that they did, they got an eye on target. But Texas A&M is very good about not overcommitting, especially over that first line. Best of 7, first couple of games, you got to feel them out. Did Texas A&M do enough to maybe open things up a little bit earlier? Let's check it out in game 2.
In this tournament, unforgiving Winthrop's first trip. They're getting a fairly good taste of what I'd say is tournament ball. You know, the luck just doesn't go your way sometimes. The rocky starts, and you got to find a way to battle through adversity to advance in this tournament.
Oh, nice back pass. That's huge looks from the Eagles. Okay, if Winthrop is going to be able to get through A&M, especially in game number 2 here, you've got to see them upfield early. They were in bluegrass for as much as everyone else is over in Tennessee. But this is going to be Kent that's going to be waiting over it, at least for this one to drop down. That's a great reverse cut by A&M. But still, Berger with the set. This is dangerous, and it's going to be Winthrop on top early on.
4:31 into Winthrop's first of the tournament. Phantom's first career tournament goal here for the Eagles of Winthrop. They strike on the maroon goal.
Phantom, he's got some fans out there that are all arguing as to who is number 1, trying to just love on him as much as they can. There's a reason why. And they may be able to do it again, trying to get a quick musty. No dice. Card just a bit wink-wonk going after that possession. But it's good to see the Winthrop, for all that defense they had to play in that first game, Nation, being able to find first payter.
Absolutely, and 4:13 to go. And again, Hell Monkey, I mean, it just feels like to me, oh my goodness, what a feed. Black Coal just wide, but A&M nearly sniped that first goal there.
Trying to catch him looking as they were going straight upfield. That would have been a great cherry pick snipe. Looking to maybe do the same thing. Third man will commit, but Phantom stays aloft. So as he follows after that ball, you're seeing a lot of action happening right now out of the Eagles with very little boost. They're having to do a lot with not much. Berger, he's stuck to the wall. Solid rotations is definitely what's keeping them in this, but they don't want to get locked down again. Texas A&M, it took them a while to score, but they know how to eventually break through these birds.
Another pinch just off the mark here, and again, A&M leads us after 1, but here in game 2, Winthrop have the early start, the first goal. Again, 1-0 here. We'll see if Winthrop can make it 2-0. As we've had just 2 1-0 affairs so far, so we've had a relatively. No! It's a Berger keeps it out.
Phantom's so good, he's going to score on every goal. It doesn't matter if it's his opponent's, it's everywhere. Open hole, there's a goal. So with the first couple of minutes about to be bled off, You do have A&M starting to get back to their game one ways. I like that extra corner touch, but Phantom has been all over this pitch right now, being secure for the Eagles.
And A&M without Karsune Miku in this opening round of 32. He'll be back replacing Sugar for the rest of the season. Shall the Aggies advance tonight in the round of 16 and on? But again, tonight they're without him.
Yeah, Miku has been part of that main three-man situation here for A&M. So seeing Sugar come through, but not at all being lackluster, that is good looks, especially when you want depth at your program. The roster not really finding themselves suffering too much, but they are still down one over that halfway mark. And the Eagles seeing themselves start to cluster up, so they need to take some extra credit and extra efforts to separate. Berger wants to let Phantom park the bus, get some extra boost. He's on the 100 lock, and you have A&M kind of stuck together. They're going to try and make use of this spacing.
T-Mac broken up there, and again, it just feels like to me at this point in this series, again, A&M, a lot of depth. What Sugar's played a couple of games this season. You know, in the SEC tournament, again, when they did lose to Tennessee, he wasn't in the field for that one. But again, Sugar's got experience playing with these guys. It's only going to bode the well. Sugar fires Phantom. A big-time save keeps A&M off the boards.
That was a very honest shot. You saw them immediately kind of dive at that. That's been part of the bread and butter right now, Texas A&M. That just kind of keeps the pacing upwards. But I feel like they need to start getting a little bit more deceptive, disguising some of these extra moments and see if they can get it locked in. That kind of pancake's going to help them out. Berger with a huge save. No one has any boost. Trying to hand it off to themselves. Phantom finally picks up the hundo, and everyone has to retreat before they fill up their tanks as well. This might be Phantom getting one on the other side of the pitch.
A&M, minute 15 to work with here in a 1-minute drill approaching us. Hail Monkey Man as Winthrop trying for a second, but A&M again just need one goal in this last minute.
He looked like rogues in the night, thieving an extra goal. And Winthrop, they want to shut down the conversation about what Texas A&M has done before and what they have on the pitch. It doesn't matter. These current 6 players is what they're putting out there. And they want to be able to take down the Aggies in style if they can. A very fast start. 29 seconds was the first goal, and that may be the only one. 2 goals in total here, Nation. I would be very surprised. Big save by Flycool to make sure it stays like that so far.
This has really been an interesting series. I mean, only 2 goals in 10 minutes. Unless we see something late here in the last 30, but both teams have 1 goal in both games.
Gonna have that separating spread, and I mean it's at least kind of balanced on the sheet when it comes to offense, but it's been Phantom with 5 of those shots. 13 seconds to go. Berger's gonna be chasing. Nice power flick. Big passing play. Looking for the dunk. He can't get it on target. Flycool has nothing in the tank. That's an open net, and that one will put it away. Phantom will score the one that will put this game now into a 1-1 series tie.
And they burn A&M on a last-ditch triple commit attempt there, Hell Monkey, and that's going to do it. For Game 2, this series will shift to a 1-1 start.
Well, both teams went out there. They took their practice. They got their reps. They've shook hands, and now it's time to get to work. We're going to be going to Game number 3. The Eagles are absolutely alive and awake, and Texas A&M, they've now got themselves a wake-up call. Remember, their previous series before going into this round of 32 was that loss to the Volunteers. They don't want to let a couple happen in a row after having a really stellar group sesh. And this is going to be now Winthrop that absolutely wants to be the Titan Slayers.
That they are. And it's going to be a 7-2, an upset as well here in round 1 of this season's tournament before we go back to the round of 64 tournament field for the fall and on. But in the summer, it's 32 a little bit more condensed as the field is not as large as it is during the regular semester of school. But we're back for Game 3, Hell Monkey Man. We're tied at 1.
I appreciate the fact you went to the 10-year anniversary. This is a nice field. I like this pitch.
That's what the RLCS used, so I went to it.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. It's not as gaudy as the the golden one, so I think it looks nice. But for all that, we do have A&M that's looking for a way to get on the board. It took them a while, and they may actually have to wait even longer. Winthrop has posted up a really solid defense. A good thing for Texas A&M. They don't want to let one go early, but Berger's trying to cook.
We've seen both teams really just score 1 goal in true time in this series. And Winthrop did kind of score in garbage time last game, and as both teams with 1 really true offensive goal and a big time clear there for Sugar keeps A&M unscathed. This first minute nearly gone as we're tied at 0.
Couple of great challenges here by Phantom. You saw that redirect pinch save by Sugar. Got to watch out. And they got to be wary because basically living on 12s at this point in time. And Flycool will have to wait from underneath the crossbar. Any other time and any other day and any other moment that the Eagles have some boost, that is going to be a bang straight into the back of the net. Instead, A&M finds himself at least out for contention. Flycool, we've had few demos. This has actually been a pretty clean game between both teams, playing much more just to how they get these passes off.
A&M again only scored in game 1. A Sugar fires denied by the post. We'll see if A&M can get their offense going in. It feels like pressure's starting to shift towards a favor of Winthrop.
Phantom's taking all that energy given by his fans in the chat and really just turning it into magic. Every single time he needs to do something upfield, his teammates let him run it down, and then they respond if he cannot finish the job. Burger's going to go corner, take that hundo. It's going to be Sean K. And again, you're seeing A&M fully committed in terms of upfield rotation, but they don't have anything in the tank to really sustain. So you get one solid touch, and then it all goes wonky. We're playing bumper cars out here, 5 out of 6 in the corner, and this will be at least a clear out to mid.
Flycool back to it, lost control. Burger will clear the pressure for now. Phantom trying to feed midfield. There's a big clear for Sugar. Halftime approaching us here, Hell Monkey Man, and we're through another half of play in game 3. And what are you seeing early here through the first 12 and a half minutes?
I mean, you're seeing the aces have to come out and really, do what they got to do quickly. All right. When I'm talking about aces, I'm talking about Phantom. He gets this touch right here and then just lets the ping pong happen. Sometimes it's all pinball, and sometimes you just catch him rotating dead center net.
Winthrop get a lucky bounce there on the own goal, and that's now 1-0 for the Eagles. A rock kill for Winthrop.
Luck is all about taking opportunity and putting some effort into it. That's exactly what they do, catching all of A&M, rotating back into the blue stripes. Burger has also come alive. You had Kent earlier. They basically have taken a very calm rotational time about where they need to go between the main 1 and 2 with Burger and Phantom. But Burger's definitely stepped up to that pacing. He recognizes Phantom just needs a running buddy to kind of help out this Winthrop attack stay kosher and stay constant. Flycool otherwise feels like A&M had some great passing in game number 1, but it's kind of gone absent.
That it hasn't. The offense feels like it's been stifled by this Winthrop defense. Has been near lights out as T-Neck waiting for a challenge here. We'll drop it down for Sean K. A double attempt, no good. And Burger will clear the press. A&M 100 ticks to go in game 3, trying to get one more in front here. Sugar fires and scores. We're tied.
Let the ball loose at the top of the key. That's not what you want to do. Phantom's on the rotation back. He makes this one touch, and he knows that this is going to be dangerous. He was hoping he would stay behind the ball and throw that to the other wall, but they were tracking him. As soon as you have someone that's defending and keeping their ball close across their own net, it is the most dangerous rotation. They take advantage.
You want to feed the top of the key as much as often. And you know, in series like this, and feeding that offensive player top of the key with the chance to score. And a one-on-one as Burger fires 2-1. The Eagles lead.
Burger got that bacon. He's got that extra meat protein, baby. Phantom with that extra setup, and Burger on the pre-flip outpaces Flycool. He tied his shoes just a little tighter so he'd be able to get that quick sprint just a foot ahead.
1:22 to go. Now the kickoff. Flycool one-on-one. Couldn't get the fall on A&M nearly. A chance to put this game back at level as we continue on now. 3 goals here in game 3, as we had 1 in game 1, 2 in game 2, and now 3 here in game 3.
It would be quite the daunting moment for Texas A&M. I know that they're operating in a separate personnel set, but to see themselves go down 2-1, it's not a sure thing, and there's definitely a lot more to play, but this is Winthrop waking up. Oh, and Burger! Munch, munch, munch! He's giving you what's for lunch.
And Winthrop's going to ruin the 1-2-3 of the goal on the total goal rally of this series, but 51 seconds. Total goal count now at 4 in game 3, 51 to play, and A&M trailing 2.
If you would have told me from game 1 to game number 3 that we would be seeing this kind of shot line, I would have called you crazy. We are right now with 9 shots by the Eagles. They're hitting 33%. With Texas A&M, they've only got 3 shots. They were posting up 8 whenever things just first started, but it's not about how it starts, it's about how it ends. We've got 30 seconds to go. If they're going to respond here, it's got to be very timely.
Yeah, A&M's got to find a way to, claw back. They're, again, had a stellar season. Winthrop is playing tooth and nail here with A&M and showcasing just how good of a team this program is, and they've done just that here in Game 3. They're really starting to find their way offensively. Now an open net for Sean K. It's good for 2, 10 to go.
Anything but over in College Station. You are not done until the Saggy Aggie Rags are out of the stadium and the 12th man comes through, and that's going to be the clock. 10 seconds to go. They might be able to tie this one up. We could get ourselves into OT fashion and form. Aggie's got to play for possession. Sugar, he's going to try and get to his teammate, but Phantom will interject. He's going to try and get rid of Flycool. Flycool will survive. Flycool with one extra touch and extension. They steal it away from Sean K. That'll hit the grass. We pass from Game 3. Winthrop will take the lead in the series.
As Winthrop leads us by 1 now, 2-1, going into Game 4. Now in this series, Hell Monkey Man Winthrop, the Cinderella team here with a lead.
Pretty decent, especially. But I've also talked to what do you call it? I've talked to the athletic director as well as the esports director that was over at Winthrop. The amount of support that you get for the Eagles and what they're doing over there is just insane. They love being able to see what these guys are doing during the summer, because that kind of dedication to that program shines. A&M, much the same. They just need to be able to find themselves kind of more locked in and key against what Phantom is putting up. But the problem is when they put all their focus on a Phantom, suddenly Burger came alive. So the weapons really showing out for the Eagles.
4:47 to go. A&M now a chance to tie this series back at 2, and again, the 4th man is, I guess, what you'd call this one, and not, although it's a 12th man, but here in Rocket League, it's that extra player is the 4th man here in a series where A&M needs any help they can get.
They should put the Aggies towel on the back of the antenna. I truly believe that should be in the game. Come on, give me some good old college stuff to put in there. But one thing that needs to go into the game is the speed that Texas A&M has absolutely left behind. Something about this pacing. They had such clear and open passing lanes, and it's gone away, Nation. Like, Winthrop has been able to just steal and intercept everything. Like that doink to be able to get this clear, but it goes right back to, guess who? Burger.
Again, A&M against Sean K's probably the best player on this team, and he needs to step up, especially with no Karsune Miku. They need help offensively. Their defense is only going to hold Winthrop off for so long. And their offense has to find a way to step up if their defense is going to give up a couple of extra goals a game here.
Well, you got to be mindful. They're going to start sweeping that line. Remember, I talked about how there's very few of those demos happening. As soon as they get one, everything goes topsy-turvy world. Flycool gets bumped away. Sean K trying to catch up to it. And Phantom just waiting for the ding-dong.
That one's so close to trickling out. 3.5 to go. It's 1-0 here for Winthrop. As A&M trailing as a 2 seed here. 7-seeded Winthrop can get to match point here soon.
Ooh. Oh, sometimes the ding-dong's the right way, and sometimes the failure gong is just unfair. Sugar wants to set up for their 3rd man, and Flycool is coming up, but that will be out of position, but not out of time. Sean K, you called his number, and he showed up.
That he did. 3 minutes to go here in game number 4. It's a big demo for Burger. Sean K to the corner. A&M need help here. No Karsune Miku offensively. It's been a daunting hole to fill, it looks like, for the Aggies.
It's not entirely untenable, but it feels like there's got to be a lot of proper game management, and they've put themselves in a hole a couple of different times. It's just that key physicality that shows up right when they don't want it to by Winthrop, and Winthrop has been mighty. They've been big-shouldered. They have been able to really throw down against A&M. Sugar with a good, honest shot. Sean K is going to have to roll out of it. He cancels on the flip, recognizing that he cannot be there because that was going to be an open 3rd man line. 2:20 to go. And Texas A&M looking like, well, at least game 1 form, but Burger is going to lopside this field.
Back to midfield, top of the key. T-Neck fires, scores 2-0.
Old T-Neck. Looking around here. Flycool drops a corner. Phantom with another set. That goes so speedily. Oh, poor Fly Cool. He had used his flip by flying off that wall, and he stopped dead motion. Couldn't get to the ball.
2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. A&M trailing 2. No boost for Fly Cool. He's killed in action there. And top of the key action here. Phantom will clear the press for Winthrop as A&M now trailing 2. 2-minute warning here. What exactly has gone wrong for A&M in your opinion?
They're absolutely losing sight of where at least the second and third man are rotating to, so they're getting caught from their fender. They're being absolutely demoed from that flank, and it's not like you have to be keyed into that all the time, but because of that, they have just gone sideways. I mean, look at the passing play. This used to be done so fluidly forward. Now they're struggling to move laterally. Something about it has really just kind of sunk them. So Winthrop is taking advantage of that, and Texas A&M has kind of lost that lethality they had in the beginning of the series.
I set the house there and don't get burned for it. I agree. I think also, again, you don't have Meeker. You're going to lose a lot of offensive production from that as demos. Trey there with Flagpole and T-Neck on demos. And again, the defense has been the problem. They're getting beat on bad balls in the midfield. They're getting beat on these triple commits and over extensions. And Winthrop is, taking advantage of those situations they're given.
They have no one that's been able to replicate what Phantom is doing. Same thing with Burger, but a lot of this sneakiness by Phantom has been ruined, or ruining rather, the Aggies and their ability to try and rotate up. So the confidence is completely shot. Burger with no boost, but because he's there, he is a present threat. So everyone kind of rotates backwards. You see Ken trying to just go straight up into his fender. That's Sugar to Fly Cool, and look how little boost. They just have to kind of basically wing their way from mid. Winthrop, they suffered a first game loss, but this one's looking almost assuredly to put them on a series point.
That it is. It's a shutout in effect here. It's a demo there for T-Neck. A&M trying to finish it here. There's another one wide. 13 to go and just nothing will go the way of Texas A&M. There's another one. It will fall through finally. 8 to go. The Aggies within 1.
They had 2 more seconds whenever they scored like this than the previous game. So they've got to do even more with less. 1 goal. Average kickoff timing is 7 seconds. You got a +1 bonus for you. A&M's got to make this work.
They're going to lose it to the back left. No one there either. A&M, they get the clear. They will not get a bounce, though, and it's got to stay alive now. Flagpole to the top of the key. The finish not there, but they get a look. Still alive. A&M trying to hold on tight. Sean K in the corner. Has to double to midfield. Top of the key. There it is. We're tied.
Oh my goodness. Turning a 0 into about 20 extra seconds. Sean Key with that flip reset. What a freaking pass. Burger was aiming to shut it down, but A&M is going OT to keep this one alive.
This could be a turning point. If A&M can finish it here in overtime to get this series back to level at 2-all, Flagpole pops it forward. Winthrop now in a road of hurt if this one goes south.
A&M, they're going to try and run with all the wind at their backs. Seeing if they can put these Eagles to bed. That's a miss. Seeing if they can come up to it. Phantom will fill the gap. He makes sure to find all this extra play space. He's going to take this corner boost. That's a nice steal because the Aggies love to be able to rotate deep. That means that one man is going to be less for it, and that's going to be Sean K. You have apparently Sugar. He's going to have to rotate back. They're going to aim for possession. Now they got to reset.
This one drop top of the key here. Flagpole with nothing. Sent wide right. Sugar. Their first of the challenge is beat by Phantom, and he's been a menace tonight for Winthrop. T-Neck fires. Sean K can't save it. It bounces wide. Rebound. Good. Burger. 3-1.
Oh, they dropped into the zone. Look right here. So Flagcool brings it out. That's T-Neck that ends up just chasing after it. And Sean K on the half flip went to chase. He thought that was going to hit wall. It went 45 off the post. And Eagles, they gave him a lot of respect. They had actually stepped away. But as soon as they see him flounder, they're there to profit. Doesn't matter that we win OT. Winthrop still puts them now on match point.
A&M down to their final life of what could be their season. As now their season lies in lieu of a 3-game-in-a-row spurt here for A&M, and the misread there on the defense just gets them killed, and now Winthrop 1 game away.
It's a battle of degrees, inches, miles, if you're metric, centimeters, and kilometers. What the heck is that? I don't even know. Right. We're going to go right back to it. But Winthrop has a chance to do something fantastic. Form the upset, get rid of the Aggies. Aggies trying to show that there's depth to the roster. They got to do it here, and they got to do it 3 straight.
And I fear what Texas Twitter might do if Winthrop pull this one off.
I saw that with Texas. Oh, goodness. They are ready for these dogs to be kenneled up. Fly cool. Hoping to get it past Burger. Well, we got the first 30 seconds. A&M trying to test the Winthrop right now.
That they are. 4:20 left to go. As Flankel beats one.
Ooh.
A&M has to get 3 in a row, Hail Monkey Man. Talking to you right now based on what we've seen. What percent would you say the odds are they pull this one out?
Oh, well, with that one dropping in. Okay. This defense has been tough. I'm looking at like 20s. 20%. You have 3 games in a row that you got to take. And suffering this one, we're dropping teens. So Winthrop knows how to frustrate Texas A&M. And this is a team that is not going to let no team in that previous game at all get to them.
To me, it just feels like there's no fight in this A&M defense. Yeah. The offense, like, they're showing fight, they're showing prowess, but their defense, there's no fight. And I think if that continues, we're looking at, you know, anywhere from 15, 25-ish% to pull this, you know, series out. But if this continues to go south, that quickly drops to below 10.
I completely agree with you. It's like when you're fighting in a dream, but it feels like you're underwater and you're just throwing pillow hands. There is just no knuckle and there is no impact. The thing that's got to happen, they've got to wake up. Aggies know how to really push the limit and of course contain the Eagles, but maybe that's just part of the game plan here for Winthrop. They know how to receive A&M and punish them on the other side of the pitch. Sean K looking for this 90-degree. That's going to be Burger with a late jump. And Sugar is challenged. Phantom's got all that bluegrass to himself.
We have to change the map to game 4. L Nation RL. 3:06 to go. And Winthrop leading one here in game 4. As again, it's just A&M, there's just no fight.
Still, though, reason you play the game is to see what happens. They're going to be going to war. It's trench battles right now, slowing things down from that upper 90. Phantom is there! He never went anywhere! He was seeing if his teammate would get it first, give him some good credit. Burger with the toss-up is like, you know what? Let me back it up for you.
And Phantom, 2-0, 247. And Winthrop just continued to thrive here in the opening round.
Round of 32, about to see a 7 drop if we do not get the Aggies with some level of bite to their bark. They are being tossed around like a bag of taters. That is not what you want to have happen. This is a pinball moment. Kemp's trying to get in front of it. Will park the car. Nice little backflip before what could have been an embarrassing just roller all the way back. But halfway mark to go. Sean K trying to play individual mechanically. That's not the same way that they've been profitable. It's all been about the passing plays that really give A&M some good looks early on.
2:10 to go. Fly cool to midfield. There's one. 2:09 to go. Sean K with 1.
All right, so let's check this one out. Fly Cool just basically elevates this as far and away that he can from Phantom, wins that touch, and that's the immediacy. That pass, that has to happen a lot more often when they don't recognize where it's going to and the man that they're setting up. That's when A&M looks great.
Fly cool. 1-on-1 with Burger to the corner. No good. Almost 2 there. It's T-Neck. He'll find the clear here for Winthrop at 2-minute warning. We're back to 1. A&M gonna bounce. No one home, though, to Prounce. It's Sean K to the top of the key. No one there. T-Neck will clear.
Watch out. Phantom looking for the slap down. My man like Shaq out there. He's gonna bust glass and rim. Gotta calm down if you're A&M. Don't let them have a free look onto your net. Winthrop, they saw one get through. One solid passing play. Love the cook, sir. There's a pass. Oh, baby, Sean K. He said, heads up, baby. It's coming your way.
Love that. But my goodness, the power of that Cook's pitch, dude.
Good God. Cross field. Wasn't accurate. Didn't have to be. He had a man way upfield cherry picking. Suddenly we're tied at 90 to go.
I was about to say, Sean K, turn the ball coming your way, buddy. But 1:26 to go. And it's 2-0 all of a sudden after a 2-0 hole.
Fly Cool had locked down the best player on the Winthrop squad and Phantom, and they decided, you know what? I can get out of this. Let's go play, baby. Kisses and hugs. So 115. Winthrop seeing this one travel the opposite direction. They got to, gave to. It's gonna be Sugar versus Booger. Not Booger, Burger. That's really hard to say in quick succession.
A&M's got to put Phantom in the locker here to, really start to fight. And again, they are able to tie it up, though. They got the oh, this might be bad. That's just right through. Burger 3-2. Winthrop in front by 1.
All right, what happened here? Burger with the pickup. Send it yard. Yeah, there's no one home. Yep. You saw that one blue car just went zooming. Burger's like, I'm all sugared up and I'm ready to be slapped down on the grill. So they get back to cooking. That's 3-2 again. Winthrop unfazed, completely and done, trying to put Aggies away.
Then required a late game miracle here for A&M, and this time they better hope they finish the job. If they get to overtime or get this game to level with time on the clock, still Sugar will make the challenge. 30 to go. Sean K has 2 this game. Can he go big for 1 more?
Sean K with a passing play. That one ends up dropping past Burger's reach. He's going to bump one away. Burger's not in rotation anymore. Sugar with a speed, and Sugar's all sugared up.
Sugar
wow.
has a third A&M staying alive for a little bit longer. We'll see if they can get us to game number 5.
They got to finish this one on regulation. A&M is looking like they're sucking air, just trying to just stay awake and stay alive. Eagles much more primed. And you would think that'd be the other way because they're East Coast versus that Central Time Zone. Sugar, he doesn't have anything. He's just an omnipotent threat. This is a setup. Is Sean K there? No. He decided to wait back. We're going to go bonus time to see if this series is done or if we continue to game number 6.
Didn't change the map again, I just realized.
That's fine.
DFH for 3 games now, but 7 seconds into OT and A&M now. This is their moment. They have to clutch this one up.
Lycool's just going to play this like even neutral. You're seeing a lot of Burger and Phantom, and honestly, that's exactly how I expect it to continue. Flycool is getting chased down. He's turned into a hat, TF2 style, but he's not going to be that DLC for too long. Flycool isolating. That's a nice demo. Burger will make the catch, and they ruin that play by A&M. But maybe wait, Sean K, it's a loose ball. Phantom picks it up.
That one's got a ball, a whip. Flycool's alone. Phantom into the back wall. We'll find the save. And the near destruction of the defense there. One more look denied by Flycool. A&M, hang on.
Desperate hands up in the air. It's like a bunch of toddlers on a roller coaster, and they're just trying to keep their heads up. A&M trying to survive the pressure. It's flooding through, and Winthrop now will take a break. They'll go to the backfield, get some extra boost. Phantom doesn't have much left in the tank. But it's going to be Kent over to Burger, and Burger's going to look for the wall. Sean K wants to take this one instead. He gives it to a teammate. Aggies will move on. We continue to game 6.
And Texas A&M get a much-needed win. I'd say the percentage now at about 40 or so, down by 1.
The ESPN meter definitely swung at least a couple notches up the old chart. So A&M, they've shown that the gut check can be there. 10 shots to 10 shots, wouldn't you know it. Just coming out a little bit better on the one that mattered most. But, I mean, we got to talk about how that happened. You had Sean K that found Sugar, but then you had that huge Cookser pass, I guess, on that pinch, all the way upfield to even get Sean K in a moment. So we go to the Gateway map. We go to Neo Tokyo. We either see Champions Field on the other side, or the buck stops here.
And it does, and it really could be 3-2 for A&M right now as well. Had that overtime just gone their way in game 5 or game 4. So again, A&M knows what it takes. They're showing more fight, which is good news. But again, Winthrop has been tough to stop as a double team on the goal line leaves it for Phantom. The shot's good, 1-0.
Burger saw that ball and he was like, you know what? I don't need to overcommit on this because guess who I got behind me? Phantom! Phantom with a hot shot, 66, bang. Earliest goal we've seen in these games.
As he strikes on the top of the key at near 100%. It's just every time he's firing from the top key, it's gold every time.
He is a deadly, deadly player. You do not want to let him have anything easy and loose because he will just turn into a wide open gap and big money. So 30 seconds have gone away. It only took 17 to really start opening things. Eagles have not been able to run away with it. Really, neither of these teams have, but that's also a very close to the best style that we're seeing between them. 2 goals. 2 goals is the greatest deficit that we've gotten between these two teams. Very defensive battle. They're aiming for control.
And again, Phantom shooting in this series has been money every time, and that's been difficult for A&M to battle through, and that should have been a 1-1 start to game 6 there, but A&M botched their first look, and 1 minute down, the Eagles of Winthrop lead by 1.
Oh my gosh. Can't let that pickup. He looked like he was just coming up to a way too slow. Phantom has no boost. He actually whiffed on that corner rotation, but it won't matter. Burger picks it up and goes flipping. Okay, so this was just a hinged pickup where Phantom just won the sumo wrestle and Burger was there for the huge kick.
And A&M find themselves trailing 2 again in game 6, and that CCSPN meter getting a little bit lower now, Hell Monkey.
Is it green colored too? Just like swings all over the place? Yeah.
At this point,
we need to get one of those.
You really do.
Well, yeah, that'd be just, then it would just go by like what's in the chat. It would always be completely biased.
Oh, it definitely would be.
But Winthrop, they've gotten a 2-0. And now A&M has to replicate what they did before, which is somehow being able to outpace what Phantom has been putting out there. But Fly Cool, he's stayed cool. Nice exertion to be able to keep that flip. Don't let this go by. Oh my goodness, Sean K playing with my heart.
Whoop Nutty, thank you for the raid of 7. If you're just now joining us, this is the opening round of CCS Season 6 Championships, round of 32. Phantom fires, no good. Fly Cool on the save, and number 2 A&M in trouble with number 7 Winthrop.
Big save by Sugar. Gonna be able to half flip on that one. Fly Cool comes out of retirement and the death zone after being put there by Phantom. Burger's trying to set it over to Kent, and he will pick it up just fine. So they go for that boost. They grab a 50-50 on the ball, and they do actually get a demo onto Phantom. So this is a free net. I say, quote unquote, huge pinch 50. They're even better from the backboard.
It's A&M 1/2 to go. Trailing 2 in desperation time for the Aggies to keep their season alive. Just 1 more round longer. Fly Cool up top here. No one home. 2-minute warning approaching us here, Hell Monkey Man, and this is starting to look a little grim.
It's still some time. You got a couple minutes. That's a lot in Rocket League time, but it's taken forever to get past this defense out of the Eagles. Winthrop gives up nothing for free. It's either going to be a great passing play or you're locking someone out. Fly Cool wants to bring it to the backboard, but Burger has been so systematically rotating to deny anything like that. Phantom might actually come off of this as he gets bopped away. Guess who? He doesn't get all the scores. He barely gets on the board, but when his team needs him to, he finds it, and that's now 3.
3-0, the largest deficit tonight here for A&M, and at this point, A&M's going to get out of their comfort zone. They're going to be super physical and just hope they can create some chances.
They've been trying to go individual mechanically. They've been hoping that they could just catch this team looking. Might be able to do that, but Burger will provide some much-needed support on this isolated defending teammate. Right on that goal line. You have 90 seconds to go. Sean K on the whiff. Can't get the boost. Gets the player. That's another loose ball. But Fly Cool's under duress. He's got 2 Eagles right on top of him.
Burger fires. Turned away. T-Neck redirects Sean K off the save. The last minute approaching. A&M at this point. Someone's got to go big if they're going to get to game 7.
A&M on life support, and in the United States, without healthcare, it doesn't look great. This one's going to go high. Phantom from the top shelf. That's a putback. Another one. Huge saves out of Phantom. This team in Winthrop is just not giving an inch. He will hold it from the backboard. A&M is left with very few options left.
50 seconds left. Burger fires money for nothing.
A&M's going to be writing a love letter to Miku saying how much they love him and miss him, because that might be exactly why this one falls short. But Winthrop, they're going to take that letter, intercept it in the mail service, and they're going to toss it to the sky saying, nah, no excuses, no asterisks, no nothing of that. We beat you on Neo Tokyo. You ain't going game 7.
40 seconds. The goal every 10 seconds here for A&M, but all things have just gone south here for A&M. We're probably stealing. 3% chance at this point for A&M to find a way back in. But again, 4 goals in 30 seconds is near impossible.
Bold of you to give them a whole integer of a number to use. I'm thinking we're in the decimals. 20 seconds and less. 5 goals. Eagles, wrap it up, baby. You've done what you needed to. Run this clock. The round of 16 is just waiting on you.
17 seconds. And a Winthrop. Now we're for sure in the decimals here for A&M. And it's been all Winthrop. They have put on a heck of a show. And with 17 to go, it just felt like all night long A&M was due for something to eventually fall. But this Winthrop defense just wouldn't break. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got an upset. Number 7, Winthrop, gonna knock off number 2, A&M.
Fantastic work all season long out of the Eagles. Texas A&M looked solid. They tripped at the door against the Volunteers, and then they ended up just not being able to recover going into the first round. GGs are called. Good handshakes, good sportsmanship between both these schools. You guys in the chat, make sure you match the same thing. I love the energy. I love all that, but give some love. But heck of a series that we got out of this one, but it broke open, and the Eagles obviously soared.
Winthrop on to the next round, the round of 16. We'll see them next Friday, but their debut continues with an upset victory over number 2 A&M. They'll take on Purdue or UConn on next Friday. We'll see you guys after the break for Illinois and UT Arlington.